So we have our results from the QABF, and now we're ready to create the graph and interpret the scores. So with Excel or a spreadsheet application that you have used, that you're going to use for this, go ahead and open it up. I'm using Microsoft Excel, and to follow along, open up a new spreadsheet, and I'm going to begin by typing in the functions of the behaviors. So attention was the first, and next we have escape, non-social, tangible, and physical. And now I'm going to, on the second row, put in the scores. Attention was 11, escape was 4, non-social was 1, tangible 5, and physical 2. So with these inputted into our form or our spreadsheet, I'm going to highlight that, and on the ribbon I'm going to click on Insert and Recommended Charts. So this gives us the data and what it's going to look like in these charts here. So I think clusters are going to do just fine, so I'm going to click Cluster here. I'm just going to enlarge this in case you're having a hard time seeing. Okay. There we go. Here's our chart, and we can see that attention is definitely the function for this client's behavior. Coming in second place is access to tangible, and then escape, physical, and lastly non-social. So we probably point to attention being the function for the behavior according to the QABF. And so that's how you create the graph and interpret the results. And so if we were to go a step further, I would format this chart a little differently. I would go ahead and click on those horizontal lines there and just delete that. And then we want to also add a chart title. So I'm going to put in here QABF and then our client's name. So I'll say Mr. Nobody. Here we go. And then for our chart axis, I'm going to go ahead and say this is going to be behavior function. And then for the chart axis on the vertical, we can say, well, these are just the scores. And so we can also format this a little more. For this line here, I'm going to go to a solid line, and we're going to put black and change it to 1 point. And also do the same for the bottom. There we go. Nice black line there. We can change the font color to black. It looks like it defaults to a smoke gray. And I'll also do that for the chart title or the elements. There we go. And so lastly, I probably will just make some changes to the bar graph itself. So I'm going to do a pattern, and let's do maybe a side brick. I think that works out great. And we can also add like a solid border line to that. And we can add some data labels to it as well to give more info. So let's do data label. There we go. So we can see what we have there. It looks like I didn't turn this to black, so let's go ahead and change that font to black. Okay. And there's your graph to export to your next document.